Today I want to be giving a review of Destiny, which is an online open world first person shooter. It's developed by Bungie and is one of the most expensive games ever created. Now before I begin this review, just remember that this is my opinion, and if you disagree with me, tell me why in a constructive manner. Don't just say, oh, you're stupid, or you give some ad hominem attack, or just seem childish or whatever. Actually tell me why you disagree with me. Maybe I might have overlooked something. I'm only human, so it might change the way I look at the game. But yeah, if you have something that you want to say, or maybe you have a different viewpoint, comment below. Now let's begin the review. Destiny has the potential to be one of the greatest games of the year, and I think that this game, even though it received a lot of negative reviews from a lot of people, I just want to say that if this game can be improved, if Bungie can actually go back and work on this game, I think that they will have like a 10-year series or a very successful maybe trilogy, whatever. Now the gameplay controls of Destiny are actually very well put together, with the exception of some minor improvements. Overall I like it and they are well put together. Also, it seems that Bungie has made full use of the graphic capabilities of the next gen consoles. Now I can't speak for the Xbox One, even though I have one. I only have Destiny for the PS4, and I want to say that for a console, this game looks amazing. And also, with the surround sound I have, the actual soundtrack, which is something that I usually don't pay attention to when I play a game, is phenomenal. It seems so epic when you're going into battles, and it just sounds really nice with the surround sound. But now, with all those nice things being said about Destiny, here's where I think Bungie has to make a lot of improvements when it comes to Destiny if it wants to make this game a successful series. If I could describe this game in one word after playing it to level 10 for about 10-12 hours, that word would be repetitive. It's repetitive as fuck, and it gets a little boring after a while. And that's sad, because a game like this, which I was actually hoping would be on the would be like the Mass Effect sci-fi of this console generation, has failed miserably when it comes to that. And a lot of people will say that, oh well, wait till level 20 and then stuff changes. But you know what? If I have to play for hours and hours and hours and hours, my time is precious. I have a lot of school work to do a lot of times. And when I play a game, I don't have to play it till level 20 to unlock what's so good about the game. I think after maybe 30 to 40 or maybe even an hour, I want to start seeing something that is relatively enjoyable. And I've heard people say that when you get to level 20, it's not that big of a deal anyways. But the one thing where most MMOs, or the thing that separates Destiny from most MMOs, is that Destiny has no plot whatsoever. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online has a plot. World of Warcraft has a plot. I mean, most MMOs I have played have some sort of plot or background story that actually puts you into like a world where you can actually, you understand what's going on and why things are the way they are. But in this game, you get glimpses of a plot. And I mean, when I say glimpses, I mean you get like maybe little tidbits here and there, but the plot for the most part is absent. If Destiny was a lunch that a parent packed for their kids, the lunch would have no sandwich or drink, and it would have a cookie for like the for the gameplay mechanics. But then after maybe an hour or so of after eating the cookie, you get hungry, and it's the same type of deal when it comes to Destiny. You play it for a couple hours and you're wanting to have a plot, you're wanting to have a story, you want to know what's going on, but then all you see is a bunch of repetitive missions where it's almost the exact same thing. You basically go into a cave or like an underground building, you fight through all these little enemies, and then you get to a boss with like a crap ton of hit points, and then you kill the boss, and then mission's over, and you get maybe like some loot or some experience, and then it's just, and then when you're done with that, you go back to the city, you sell whatever, you buy whatever, then you do the next mission, you go back to a cave, you go back to an underground building, you fight your way through, and you fight another boss who I mean, and it's like the exact same thing. You don't, and when it comes to the plot in the game, Bungie actually has it where you have to go to the website to know what's going on in the game, and that to me blows my mind away. Like, for instance, in Assassin's Creed, anytime you go to, like, let's say a location, and you don't know what it is, but it might seem interesting because it might be some sort of location, historical location, whatever, and then it'll explain to you the story and it'll explain to you this and that. And I mean, even though it's like a text or whatever, it's still you understand what this location is. Destiny doesn't have that. You have to go to the website. That's absurd. I mean, the text, letters, when it comes to taking up space on a computer or a disk or whatever, it's in like the bytes. I mean, you could probably store a city library on a flash drive, and they can't even put a whole bunch of storyline text in a game that has on a disc that has like 60 or 80 something gigs worth of storage on it. They can't do that. That's another thing I don't get. And then also, it's an MMO, so you have to be connected, and if you're not, then you get disconnected. So a lot of this stuff can be stored on their servers, and I'm pretty sure interjecting a plot update or something, it can't be that hard, because you have so much stuff in the game that you have no clue whatsoever. Like in the city, which I feel is just it's like a village. You basically have like 3 or 4 parts of it, and you have all these different factions, but they don't explain that at all in the game. And it's like and you just don't understand, and it's so frustrating, because this game could be so good. If they had a plot, this game would be game of the year. If they actually put time and effort into making a plot, I swear this would be game of the year. The only thing that I can say other than the gameplay mechanics that's good about Destiny is the multiplayer function of the game. The multiplayer, which is called the Crucible, is like really, really fun. The only thing that I have to say with the Crucible that is that they need to work on is when it comes to matchmaking. I don't understand why I am playing with people when I was like level 5 and they're like level 29 or 30. Why can't you just have it where, okay, people who are level 1 to 5 play together, then people who are like, I don't know, 9 to 20 play together, and it puts it so, more experienced players get to play with other experienced gamers, and then beginners get to play with beginners. That's the way I would want to have a first person shooter like that function, but it's not like that. But I mean, overall, it's pretty fun. Now, in closing, if Destiny wants to be a 10-year series, Bungie needs to make a plot update immediately. Just make an update, revamp the game, and then put a plot in it. And I'll actually start over, because I want to play from, I don't know, level 1 with a plot, rather than playing from level. I think I'm at level 10 or 11. And not having a plot for the rest of the game, or having a plot interjected. I want to have a plot and know what's going on from the get-go. But other than that, I would say Destiny is an okay game. It has the potential to be a great game, but if I would have to give it a score out of 10, it would probably get a 6. And the reason it's that high is because the Crucible is actually quite fun. Now, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and have a nice day.